Hello students, today I'll be teaching language to the students of standard 7. So this is lesson 8, that is expressing the past. Now before this chapter you had learned about present tense, all about present tense. Now in this chapter we'll read about past tense in detail. Now first of all you should know that the verb indicates the tense. Which tense is used? How you come to know? By the verb in a particular sentence. Now, the past tense of a verb in a sentence, the past tense of the verb indicates a state, an action, or an event that happened in the past. So, in simple words, it tells us about an action or an event that happened in the past. Now, you know that all the past actions are known as past tense actions. Okay. Now, in the past tense, we have various forms of this particular tense. Like you had seen in present tense, you had different forms of it. Similarly, in past tense also, we have various forms. We will see in detail one by one. Now, see the first one. The first one is simple past tense. Now, simple past tense is used to refer to actions that were completed before the time of speaking. So, when do we use simple past tense? When the actions were completed in the past. Now we are speaking before this time, whatever happened in the past. In those all cases, we use simple past tense. Now, where do we use? What is the usage? Like the first one is we use the simple past tense to express an action that has already been completed and usually has a time reference. Now what do you mean by time reference? Time reference means it indicates the time in past, like yesterday, last week, last month. So whenever you see certain time reference which indicates in the past, this means that we use the simple past tense. Simple past tense, like for example, I met my friend yesterday. Then in the next case, when we talk about actions that took place over a period of time in the past. So in the past, over a period of time it took place, but then it got over. Okay, like for example, we stayed in his house for a month. So for a month you stayed there and that action is over. In this case also we use simple past tense. Okay, the past form of the verb. Then in the third case, when we talk about past habits, okay, those habits which were followed in the past, like we watched the TV serial on Sunday mornings. So in the past, every Sunday mornings we used to watch TV serials. So we use the past tense form of the verb. So watched. Similarly, in the next case, see, like when you want to make requests and ask questions. Okay, to make request and ask questions, you also use the simple past tense. Like example, I wanted to ask you for help. Okay, so you wanted to ask somebody for help. So here past tense. Or did you want to talk to me? Okay, so this all action tells you about the past itself. Okay, so in all these cases we use the simple past tense of the verb. Okay, now if the sentences are affirmative, negative, or interrogative, then see, in the case of affirmative means what? Yes sentences. Okay, positive sentences, that is affirmative. Now what is the form of the verb used? Past form of the verb. Like for example, the baby slept. Okay, so simple. the past form of the verb is used. The baby slept, so slept. Then when the sentence is negative, okay, in case of negative sentences, did not plus base form of the verb. So base form of the verb, like sleep. Slept is the past form of the verb. Base form of the verb is sleep. So we'll use did not. The boy did not sleep. So this is negative sentence. So this form is used. Similarly, you see in interrogative sentence. Interrogative means when we ask questions. Now in these cases, this is the form did plus subject. Okay, plus base form of the verb. Here also you are using the base form. Like for example, see, did they come home last night? Come. Did they come? So did is here used, the subject they, come is the base form of the verb. Did they come last night? So this did indicates that this sentence is in simple past tense. Or it may have a question word like who. Okay, so in these cases you will use that question word plus the plus was or where and then the subject. Like who was the man at the gate? So who was the man, subject, at the gate. So this indicates that this sentence is in simple past tense. Okay, now we also use used to. Used to, this is very important. Used to is used for past actions. Used to, that is also used for past actions. Now actually this is used to is used for those actions which happened in the past. Okay, which happened in the past but no longer occur in the present. So now it's not occurring. Okay, now you cannot see the thing happening, but it happened in the past. Like for example, she used to have long hair when she was young. That means that now she is not young. She is not having long hair also. She used to have long hair when she was young. So this also indicates past action, but it no longer, the action no longer exists now. Okay. So this is all about simple past tense. And when do we use used to? Okay. Now simple past tense and present perfect tense. We usually make mistake in the usage of these two. Okay, when do we use simple past tense and when present perfect tense? Present perfect tense you have already done in the previous chapter. So we will just see here what is it. Okay. Now you see, both the simple past tense and present perfect tense both describe an action that had already happened. Simple past tense also tells about action that already happened in the past, and present perfect tense also tells about action happened in the past. Okay, but there is a difference. Okay, simple past tense describes a completed action, the action which has completed in the past. But present perfect tense describe an action completed in the past whose effect can still be felt in the present. So the effect of that particular action which happened in the past can be felt in the present time also. In these cases, we are using present perfect tense. Like for example, he scolded them. The action is over. He scolded them. But if we say he has scolded them for being late. Okay. So he has scolded them for being late. So this action took place in the past. Okay, but still the effect is felt in the present time also. Okay, now you see this you should keep in mind when we will use the simple past tense. Okay, if a sentence is given, when you will use simple past tense and when present perfect tense. This some expressions are there, time expression. Okay, this you have to remember. Now For simple past tense, these time expressions usually are used, like yesterday, last week, in the year 2010, or last month, or last year. Okay, so these all words, if you see in a sentence of time expression, you will use simple past tense. But in the case of present perfect tense, you will find already, just, yet, before, for, since, etc. So when you see these all type of sentences, words in a sentence, then yeah, like suppose we say the train has already arrived. Okay, the effect of it has is being felt still in the present time. But if we say the train arrived, that means the train arrived, it's all over. So see the difference in the set. The train, suppose the train arrived an hour ago. Okay, so these all types of sentences, like already, just, yet, before, like the train has arrived just before an hour. Okay, so the effect of it falls in the present time also. For, since. Okay, then you will use the present perfect tense. So till this much we'll be doing in this video. I'll continue with the same chapter in my next video. Till then, goodbye.